a tad bigger. My eyes act like they might work for an hour tonight. Very good, very good, very good. Thank you. So it is 7 o'clock. You need to go down a little bit for me, though. Not to the top. I didn't mean down. Why do we have 2 work sessions? One say budget work session and the other one say virtual work session. What's the difference?
WebEx Assistant is enabled to save audio highlights.
I wish she would just shut up. But what else? Why do I have 2 work sessions?
Sean? You don't have 2 work sessions. You have 1 work session, which is a budget work session, and you have a special legislative session to go over you have to do a first reading of your budget amendment number 2.
Then will you change the heading of this so that it says budget work session, and then the next one says legislative session?
The one down below underneath this has the legislative session. This is your budget work session to start. And then it goes into your special legislative session is the agenda that's after this agenda. So we get to the budget piece first, and then it will go down and you'll see the rest of it.
Okay, you changed the virtual work session. I thank you to budget work session. To me, it was confusing. All righty there then. Thank you so much. Mr. Luke, I did see you come in. Would you please take over and read this agenda and then read the one below so we can vote on both and get this thing moving?
Absolutely. The agenda for the budget work session of Mayor and City Council for today, Tuesday, April 27th at 7 p.m. is number 1, the call to order, 2, review of the agenda, 3, proposed FY22 budget discussion, and 4, adjournment.
All right, then. Thank you.
Yep. And then for the special legislative session immediately follow our work session, the agenda is number 1, call to order, 2, review of the agenda, 3, ordinance 721, budget amendment number 2, and 4, adjournment. I believe that is the agenda for both the work session and the special legislative session.
So for clarification, are we not going to have a first reading of this budget in the legislative session? So you can have your second reading on May 3rd to get it approved? That was the goal.
We already did the first reading, I thought, at the last meeting of the legislative meeting.
Right.
So we get to actually vote on May 3rd.
Yep.
Yes.
May 4th. That's correct.
Thank you. It is May 4th because May 3rd is the actual election. Thank you. So on May 4th, if we are all clear that this budget will be being presented at the May 4th meeting for approval, then I'm all right with this. But I think it ought to be crystal clear. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, then. I'm ready to move.
I have a proposed addition to the legislative session.
Probably not going to be acceptable, Brian, but go ahead.
I had suggested in an email that we should probably take a formal vote appointing the new interim city manager this evening, so that the public is aware of what we're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to have a real interim city manager after Friday, because we won't be able to vote again until we're together again.
Oh, because we just kind of talked about me doing it from now to May 10th, right?
Right, but we never did that. We never voted. It was
not official.
Right.
You could probably do it at the May 3rd meeting, but then you would have nobody between now and then. April 30 and then. What's your pleasure? Council, what's your pleasure?
I second adding that to the agenda for the legislative session.
All right. Anyone else agrees?
I agree. Lena.
All right. Anyone else? I need 3. Oh, that is 3. It's Luke, Scott, and Brian. Thank you so much. We'll add it. Did I say Selena? I didn't say
unanimous.
It was me.
Oh, I said Selena, Scott, Luke, and Brian. All right. Now it's unanimous. Thank you. Appreciate it. I got you, Selena. All right. Having done that, may I get a motion to approve both agendas and the addition to the legislative agenda?
So moved.
Can I get a second? It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by aye.
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 Opposed, hearing none, we have an agenda. Thank you so very much. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Latasha and Mr. Rollins, please.
Mr. Rollins, I'm going to give that to you. Let me know which page you want me to go on.
Well, while you're doing that, why don't you just pull the whole budget up on the calendar on the
WebEx
screen?
Assistant is enabled to save audio highlights.
Ooh. Can we shut her down?
Unfortunately, we can't. I tried. Mr. Rollins, please unmute.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Natasha, and Council. Finally here, we'll probably look to wrap this up. I'm just going to go over a couple of items that we talked about and discussed at the last meeting.
WebEx Assistant is enabled to save audio highlights.
Thanks to Councilman Chelsea. Read upon it and adjustments that are in the budget now. First, what is taking in considerations that we're reducing the tax rate for the residential from 81 cents per 100 to 79 cents, and then the townhouses from 81 cents to also 79 cents. In comparison to looking at what it would be at the with the assessed values and the current rate to that change of just in those two categories, you're looking at a reduction of $76,000. Still, that is still higher than actually the amount would be $4,674,000, but that's still higher than the $4,590,000 that we have in the budget. For the speaking on that, on the revenue line item, let's see, 4,100 real estate tax. So that's gone up to $4.4 million, where it was at.
Excuse me, please. Luke, I need to turn the meeting over to you because I believe the officer is at the door that I need to give this key to from today's adventure. All right, Luke?
Keep going,
Thank
Rick.
you.
So what it was, $4.3 million, and now it's $4.4 million. So naturally, if you add the $190,000 for the value development property tax, which brings us to a total of $4,590,000, and that's the only change in revenues. So next is to go into expenses, and we'll start with administrative expense services. And we added a line item, let me wait till you get there. 5554, which is right under 5553, recreational committee grants. And this is where we are adding the new line item and also the funds for the grants for the recreation committee of $7,500. The next department, which is the police department,
You're missing it.
uh-oh, no?
Yeah. This isn't the complete. Yeah, yes, it's missing. Well, it should be in general expenses. Let me go back up to the top. Okay. Police?
Yes. So
What line item is
if we
it?
go to line item 5705, vehicle purchase.
Yep,
Now,
right here.
Where am I? Oh, but it's small. Okay. So, yep, that's capital outlay. So that is 139,500 was the last budget, and now it's to $50,000.
I'm not gonna be able to
Huh?
pull it up on this one. Hold on, let me pull up my budget. Hold on. I gotta stop sharing. Give me 1 second. I don't like to pull up the Excel. Safanda, do you have the PDF?
I'm looking for it now, Latasha. I'm gonna grab it real quick, okay? Let me see if I can grab it real quick.
See, I don't like to pull up mine because, it has salaries and all that, but we'll roll with it because I don't want to hold us up.
On to the next department.
We're ready. I got it here. All right, go ahead. Which line item you want?
Okay, so we did got, right here, the both of them are right here. Capital outlay, 5705 vehicle purchase is now at $50,000. And then 5700 capital projects, which was 406,500, is now changed to $300,000. And that takes care of the police department.
Thank you. Looks good.
Where do you want to go next?
And so finally is public works.
Okay.
And right at the bottom, let's see, wait. 5230
Right here,
sidewalks.
sidewalks. Mhm.
Yep. And there you see that we had $100,000 with the changes, the other monies from the police department and has transferred to have the amount of 388,500 for sidewalks and street repairs for the public works department. And those are the adjustments that we have to the budget. Any question?
That's excellent work. Thank you so much. Mr. Rawlings, Latasha, thank you guys. I will open it up for, Latasha, is there anything else on this you want to mention before I open it up to the council for discussion?
No, I'm just gonna leave it on this Excel for now, and unless you guys are okay with me going back to the agenda.
Okay, let's leave it there for now, just in case
Okay.
any questions pop up. I'll start with Ward 2, because Brian, I see you there first, so I'll start with Brian.
I'm good. This is great. You guys cleaned up, the final little issues, and I think we're good to go, unless somebody finds something else.
All right, Scott?
I'm good to go as well. Thanks to Director Rollins for making the edits to the budget for us. And thanks to all the council members. Last meeting was a little bit long and painstaking, but everybody contributed. So I'm just really glad we were able to get this done and lower the taxes. So great job.
Selena?
Yeah, quick question. Was the co-director on the budget on this one?
It was in the last one, and there's no change to that. So it's in this one.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Safanda, Mr. Rollins, Latasha, also John, everybody that contribute to this. It's a beautiful budget. Thank you for the work.
Thank you, guys. Okay, we can tee that up for a vote then at the next legislative session. Let us know if there's anything else we need to do there. We can get a quick vote on this at the legislative session without much discussion. That would be appreciated. And having that said, I think that is the agenda item, the only agenda item for this legislative session. So can I please get, sorry, this work session, can I please get a motion to adjourn to the special legislative session.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Are there any objections to the motion on the floor? Hearing none, we will move to the legislative session. Are there any adjustments to the agenda, council members? Hearing none, we will go to ordinance 07-2021, budget amendment number 2. I will turn it over to Latasha. Is that you?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Mr. Rawlings. I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Rawlings.
And I'm back, Luke.
Okay, Mayor, you have Mr. Rawlings has the floor, and Mayor, you've got control.
Thank you so much.
So this is a request to remain the and we're adding $100,000 to 5230 for sidewalks and repairs for the Public Works Department from 20,000 to 120,000. Now, the original budget has for speed camera of $200,000, and as of April, we are there. We're at $200,000. So, having a early discussion today with the chief, we still have with our company. They tend to transfer money to us the 1st and the 15th of the month. So we still got 4 more payments. And he is projecting around $100,000 to get. The last transfer we had was $30,000. So it's really going up. So from what in discussion with him, the police department has reached the money that it was looking for $200,000. So now what's going to be additional will be for the public works for sidewalks and street.
Council, what's your pleasure moving forward, even with the information that's been added? I'll go to Ward 1. Selena?
I like you're merging other for names, Mayor.
I'm having a hard time. It's been a very long day.
So no, thank you for putting this together.
We've lost you, Selena. Are you muted?
No,
We
you hear
can
me?
hear you now. Would you start over, please?
Sorry, I had a bunch of calls coming in at the same time. No, thank you for this efforts. I'm definitely going to move forward. This is exactly what I envisioned, and at the same time, we should be able to have extra money there to be able to do anything else we want. But thank you for the efforts, the speedy response on this. Latasha, thank you as well. And I'll say that I'm happy.
All right, thank you. Luke?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Latasha, Mr. Rawlings, for putting this together so quickly. Thank you, Selena, for the idea to do this year with the speed camera money. And thank you to MRTV for working with us on getting a speed camera up. Hopefully we can extend this further to help slow down traffic. Again, I think MRTV has said it and we've said it. We don't put up speed cameras to get the revenue. That's obviously a nice benefit to have, but the goal is to slow down people from speeding through the neighborhood. And I think this will do that, which is why you also have to be careful relying on this sort of revenue in future years, because the goal is that once people slow down, your revenue drops, and that's an okay thing because that means people are complying and that means the purpose of the speed camera went in. So just appreciate everybody's work on this and thank you.
All right. Ward 2, let me go to Scott Cecil, then to Brian Netler.
I'm all set. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Mr. Netler?
I'm good to go. Thank you.
All right, and so am I. So for this legislative session, I need a motion to approve that, but I do not wish for anyone to jump ahead of me and ask for a motion to adjourn. I would like to take personal privilege on behalf of myself and the council before we adjourn tonight. So may I get a motion to approve this budget amendment?
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none. Thank you so very much. The amendment has been approved. You did add a second item to this agenda, which was to talk about having someone serve interim from April 30 to at least May 10, 8 p.m. We did talk about it at the previous work session.
Right.
So would you like to discuss it and talk about where you want to go from here in terms of approving?
I'll put a motion on the table. I've moved that we appoint Mayor Melinda Miles to be the interim city manager until 8 p.m. on Monday, May 10th.
There's a motion on the table, on the floor. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I have a
Hearing
question.
none. Go ahead, Mr. Cecil.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I definitely support this move, and Mayor Miles, thanks for being willing to do this for the city for approximately 10 days. It just occurred to me just now, though, can you serve as the mayor and the interim city manager at the same time? Is that allowed?
I don't know if there's anything that prohibits it, but I certainly will double check it tomorrow before the 30th with Alyssa. And if she says yes or no, then we'll go back to the drawing board. Mr. Netler.
I would just, yeah, it's a good question, Scott. I would just point out we're not paying her anything extra than her usual mayoral salary. That might be, you might be right. There could be a conflict of some sort there, but it's good to check with each attorney.
Okay. So Lena, I heard you, then I'm coming to you, Luke.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also envisioned it basically how we did it last time, where we had somebody there that was leading the team. And the same way, you know, it was like, you know, checking in with the rest of us and keeping us informed. So it does not change to something that we had done in previously. We're calling
WebEx Assistant is enabled to save audio highlights.
Basically the same system that we had last time. Am I correct on that, Mayor?
That's what I thought. I didn't think I was doing anything beyond it. I'm not hired, not fired. I'm simply having somebody to come to. And when I get their questions, if it's above what's already approved, I will certainly be checking in with the four of you. Does that satisfy? But let's ask the question anyway. It's good for future record. Mr. Luke.
Yeah, we can always change your title to like representative of the mayor and council, because that's all you are. We know the department is great, and they're running themselves so well right now, and that's a testament to them. And so it always just change the name. Thank you.
I believe I said that today at the going away breakfast for Latasha, that even if you didn't have one, the staff that we have will be definitely capable, in position, and with the right directives to keep this city running. I have no doubt about that whatsoever, and I did state that publicly this morning. Any other comments? But it's good to have that question answered on record. And I don't mind a different kind of title. Or you can just say she's the mayor representing us and she has no authority except to talk to us. I'm good with that too. But you do need to approve me to do it. That's what we did when we put the three of us there. So I don't see any difference. Instead of there being three, there will be one.
Yep.
But please vote to approve it. I'll reject it. So all those in favor of the interim appointment from May 1 to May 10, 8 p.m., let it be known by aye.
Right.
Mayor?
Aye.
Can I?
Is there an objection or is there a question?
A question, Mayor.
Okay.
May I make a friendly amendment to utilize both terms just in case? Because I don't want to come back and have to just vote on this. If by any chance, if we cannot use the term interim city manager, can we utilize representation for mayor and council so that we could vote on both today?
You can still just call me the mayor and let it ride with no expectation except for me to show up, say yes, no, council, we need to talk.
Yeah, the only thing is like I don't want us to come back to another meeting to approve it in case there's like a problem. But my vote is yes, Mayor.
All right, then that motion is passed. Thank you so much. What else do we need to handle? Anything for the good of the order before I go to the personal issue I'd like to address?
I'd like a moment of personal privilege after you, if that's okay.
Yes, you may, and I will offer it to the entire council.
Please.
All right. At our last work session, we had a closed session, and mayor and council decided that they wanted to do something to say that we have appreciated the work, the service, and all of the time that has been given by Latasha Gatling to this city. As all of you, most of you should know, at 5:30 p.m., April 30, Latasha will no longer be the city manager for the great little city of Mount Rainier. We wondered what we could do to say thank you. And then we looked back and went over our notes, minutes, and mine to think about what promises we had made in order to entice Latasha to stay with us, at least to this moment called April 30. And what we came up with was that we would like to give her a monetary thank you, which I had to give to her today, so it would be in her hand, so that when we got to this moment in time, I wouldn't have to drive over there, down there, Waldorf, or wherever the heck she lived, to try to deliver it. And so today, following her breakfast, the four of us, were you there, Scott? I had you left. We were there. And so we made the presentation to her. So that has been handed to her. Latasha, on behalf of Mayor and Council, we want you to know that we got 3 audits out of you in less than 18 months, something we hadn't been able to do in 3 years. And because of that financial little token of our appreciation is being presented. In addition to that, because you worked for us the first 9 months pretty much without any kind of benefits of any kind, no vacation, no sick leave, no comp time, we have decided unanimously that we will extend your medical coverage to June 30, 2021. The Mayor and Council in total appreciate your work and certainly hope that this will let you know how we feel about you and how much we appreciate the work you've done since November 18, 2019. Thank you so much. I will now open the floor for council, going to Brian Netler first, and then to anyone else who wishes to speak.
So I just want to say a big thank you to Latasha. It's amazing to me. I mean, I've been on the council for 20 some years, and I've never seen any city manager solve so many problems in such a short amount of time.
Tiny.
And I mean, and then the other thing, of course, is you were only intending to be with us for a short amount of time, but agreed to be extended, which allowed you to even solve more problems. And then, of course, just dealing with the COVID and the remote working, and you were just thrown so many, problems that we didn't even anticipate. I mean, we warned you when you were getting ready to come on that there were problems, but then the COVID came. So that was even an unfair thing. And I think even better is, from my perspective, you didn't create any new problems for the next city manager, because usually that's what happens. You've got somebody leaving, and then there's all these problems to deal with when the new person comes in. I think the new city manager will be very appreciative that, I mean, there's always some simmering thing going on, but nothing major that I'm aware of. You've hired a lot of great people, and quite frankly, from personal perspective, again, you were a great person to work with. Your personality and your dedication, and I think part of that is because you yourself have been an elected council member in another town, and so you have seen both sides of the coin, so to speak, of dealing with citizens and dealing with your staff, and that's a great aspect on your resume. The other thing is, and one of the best things for me, and you know this, is the solar panels. You got it done. I have been asking those questions, as the council knows, for years about this panels, and you got it done. And we're getting, like, I don't know, it's $9,000 or $10,000 in revenue a month. So thank you very much for that. So I'm also very grateful that the council that's going to be coming up next has now had the experience with a top-notch city manager, gold standard. They now know what to expect out of a city manager. And there's pros and cons to that. So the poor persons that are going to be having their resumes reviewed are going to have to step into some big shoes. And there's a lot of expectations. So that could be a handicap for those resumes. And it also could be a problem for the city council to try to figure out how they're going to afford to pay somebody that's that top notch. So good luck with that. But I'm just very appreciative that they've experienced that. I mean, Melinda and I have been through, I forget how many different city managers and interim city managers and police chiefs running the city and all these other things. This has been, and I have to also say that to all of you, this has been the best last few years of my time on the city council. It's a little sad that I'm leaving at this point, but it's time to go. But we have accomplished so much. And Latasha, really helped get those things done. We just bought a new building. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I was thinking back, I think it was like 2015 or 2014 when we started trying to get that property. And here we are, we did it. And so anyway, Latasha, I'm rambling on, but I can't say enough. I guess really can't say enough. So thank you so much.
All right, anyone else? I can't see hands. I see your hand, Luke. It goes up, it goes down.
I'm next, Mayor, after Luke.
Okay, I can't see you. There you are, Selena. Thank you. You have the floor. You've gone away again, Selena.
I'm here.
Okay, we can't hear you. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I had a talk with Latasha today, right above like the time she left. And I was like, you still there? We're going to lock the door and keep you in there too. So she's all like, too late. I'm like already like speeding out of the city. Nah, she wasn't speeding. She was driving away. But no, thank you, Latasha, so much. It's been very helpful to have you. I know originally you were not signed up to you didn't sign yourself up to do this long in the city. And I think that's what you were like, I'm warning you guys, this is how I feel, right? But I know you're very successful in the things that you do, and you have like other things that you've been working for, and your resume is really impressive, not just like for being a former council member, city manager, but like in your life overall, like the teaching, the businesses and stuff. I mean, it's heck of a resume, and I'm glad that now this is also going to be added to it. And I thank you dearly for it. And like I said, please stop visiting. She was also awarded the beautiful awardee of the city of Mount Rainier Key, right? So I don't want to make sure. So there's no excuses for Latasha to come over. She has the keys to the city. So come on over. But overall, Latasha, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. And I look forward to also running into you in a non-city manager perspective, and much love to you and your family. And please thank them as well, because I know they've been key in making sure that, you were focused on the things that we needed to do here. So I definitely appreciate you a lot, and everything stands that I told you on the phone. I'm very grateful to have met you and look forward to great things from you.
All right, anyone else? I think, Luke, you were trying to get the floor. You have it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you for dealing with us. I know it is not easy to have. I actually don't know how you have 5 different bosses. I've never had 5 different bosses at the same time. And I know that's not easy, because everybody's firing off emails on things that are important to them. And you have to respond to everybody with the same grace, with the same respect that you show any one of us individually. And that's a hard thing to do. That's consistency, and you've shown that towards us, and I really appreciate that. This is probably just me. I'm going to miss how succinct you are, especially in your updates to the mayor and council. I despise, manifestos about what's going on. I need bullets, very small, because my time's very limited. And I really, really appreciate that. I think that's a sign of a good leader, somebody who can boil down a complex issue to just a couple of bullets. I think that's something that I don't know that our next city manager will have, because in my professional experience, I don't find that people who are supposedly very, professional and well paid, I don't see them having it. And so I just really going to miss that. It's an ability to focus on what's important. And you've shown that. And I know we've talked about this as well. If you ever need a letter of recommendation, or if you just want to never talk to us again, that's fine too. But, we are here with that letter of recommendation. I also want to thank you for dealing with a lot of noise. I know Brian's mentioned this before about we have a very small town feel. And sometimes that comes with a lot of noise, whether that's us creating the noise, whether that's outside noise, that can affect your job, and you manage that as well with grace. And so we appreciate you managing that noise, whether it was internal or external. And I hope you have a wonderful time away from us. Go enjoy that wonderful son of yours. Yeah, we'll miss you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Scott, you get the floor.
Thanks so much. Everybody else said most of the things that I could say, so I'll keep it very, very brief. I'll also say thanks first and foremost. And, you know, I know I have a reputation of being very, very, very candid, even when it might not be the most diplomatic thing to say. So I just want to say that there are a lot of things that women have to deal with and femme-presenting people have to deal with in the workplace that someone like me doesn't. And there's a lot of things that Black folks have to deal with in professional settings that a lot of other folks don't. And I don't think you were exempt from those forces the entire time that you've been here. So I just wanted to name those. And, you know, just it's not only that you've accomplished everything that all of my colleagues already outlined, but you also did it as a Black woman, which can be exceptionally hard to do in professional settings. You never have complained about it. I've never heard Mayor Miles complain about it. I complain about it, and I'm not even a Black woman, and I'm also biracial. So I've learned a lot from you, and from you, Mayor Miles, too, in that regard on what I'm speaking on. But I just want to say, Latasha, you know, it's not just a professional relationship that I've been able to develop with you and be able to learn from you, but I also consider you my friend now and somebody that I trust. And there were definitely times where you offered me advice when I asked you for it, and you offered me advice when I didn't ask you for it. And I think every single time that you did, I learned something from you, and I'm going to remember those lessons. I know that I have a lot to learn and a lot of growing to do, and I think that you really helped me out along with that process. So thank you very much, not only for carrying the city forward, but for sometimes carrying me forward when I needed that. And I just really appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that we can remain friends. And like one of the others just said, I can't remember whom, I think it'll be fun when I get to bump into you out in the real world, not as the city manager, and we can have a glass of wine or something and kick back and chat. And yeah, I'm just going to miss you, and keep in touch. Don't be a stranger to Mount Rainier. Don't be a stranger to us.
Thank you all so much. For the record, I will meet with Latasha for at least an hour or two on the 30th, so she can kind of bring me up to snuff for real, on things that I need to just watch for us. And I would like to get an email out to you all probably with what that is. I've asked for some updates from finance, for example, on what's been done where we are, because I know that's an area that's going to be open. But I've asked for updates from Alyssa on what cases we have out there that we need to be on top of. So I will be putting together for you a package of what's outstanding that you need to be on top of and kind of know. Like I gave Scott, for example, some information, not enough, on the levy. You're going to need to know those things. And so as much as we can get put together for you, we will put those in a package to leave behind for you to look at between now and May 10th. All right. Anything else from staff? Anybody from staff would like to speak, or from the public? Hearing none, may I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
May I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor of adjourning, let it be known by aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you so very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Say, Latasha?
No,
Oh, I'm
it's fine.
sorry. That's disrespectful. Latasha, we've adjourned, but we certainly want to hear from you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone, and I appreciate the kind words. This has truly been an experience, and a good experience, I will say. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from Mount Rainier, and I was telling Ron yesterday when we were at lunch, I said, I'm gonna have to come have lunch with you because we eat pennyroyal like every day. And we have the best boys and poets like every day. So I'm gonna have to come have lunch with you so I can get the pennyroyal. But because Mount Rainier definitely has all the places to eat. So, but thank you guys. So you will be seeing me because I will be. Penny Royal has sold me. I will be a frequent customer. So you will definitely see me. I appreciate you. Like I said, I've told a number of council members and staff, I'm a phone call away. You got a question? Call me.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
need something? Call me. I'll answer the phone. I'll tell you, and we'll keep it moving. I'll help you where help needs to be, where help is needed. So, but thank you guys. I appreciate you for dealing with me. I know that, I haven't been the easiest all the time. Y'all make me sound like it was just such a pleasure.
There were moments.
I got my moments too, right?
Yes.
And I recognize that. But I think overall, we worked really great together. We knocked out those audits. And yes, your next audit is almost done. Don't worry. It's coming to a close. It's almost done. Safanda sent them a whole lot today. So you're almost done with that. But, you guys have a great budget. You have a great staff. You'll be fine. But I'm a phone call away. And thank you again. And please, everyone, stay in touch.
Thank you, Latasha. Now, may all those.
Latasha, we love you and much success. I just want to say that. It's been a pleasure working for you, definitely.
Thank you, Ron. Anyone else before I'm going to ask for that motion? A motion to adjourn has, but 3/4 is not debatable. But we're sitting on it. I got us first and a second, but I think we can kind of ignore protocol for 30 more seconds. Anyone else?
Mr. Kamali has his hand up.
I can't see it. Mr. Kamali, please speak.
Yeah, mute.
You have to unmute, Mr. Kamali.
Doing it right now. Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Thank you for the opportunity. I just want to say thank you, Latasha. I enjoyed working with you and I learned a lot, and wish you the best. Wherever you are, but we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate those kind words from you. Anyone else? All those in favor of adjourning, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you so very much. Have a great evening.
Good night.
43.
Good night.